Well, good morning to our Thursday morning business chat. Even though the text message went out inaccurately said it was the product chat, and there was a couple other minor details. It gave the wrong phone number, wrong ID number.
But you're here.
Other than that, it did go out on time. Okay. And I did post, if you have anybody texting you saying they can't get in, I did post in the chat the right phone number and the right ID number. However, the text message did say liveyoungerchat.com. And if they clicked on that, like you're here, they'd be here. So I apologize for the mix up, but we're learning the system and we'll get it straight. So, and I realized we didn't have Dr. Nicholas's noon call in the notification queue. So that'll start next week also. So we'll have the Dr. Nicholas's Wednesday midday call also. So everybody will get a gentle 1 hour reminder on that. So what we wanted to share with you, first of all, this morning is we, on our director's call, which we have every Wednesday morning at this time, we had a real lively discussion with the directors on suggestions to enhance customer service. And what prompted that discussion was that Robin and I had a scheduled call with the new manager of customer service, Jeff Harrington. Etherington, okay? Jeff Etherington. And you can read his bio in the leadership section of your website. And I'll just tell you, we were both delighted, with our, well, so we got, I'm getting ahead of myself. We got a long list of things to, suggested, enhancements to our customer service experience and process. And so I typed it up and sent it off to Jeff in advance. So he knew what he was getting into on his call with us. And, it was just a wonderful, wonderful call. They have, I don't know who's doing the hiring at Lifeway, but they're doing a really good job. They're really selecting very capable, competent people. And so, Robin, you want to share a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capable and competent is important, but what's even more important is the spirit from which they come from. And when when Rex came on board and Emily came on board, we set up calls to meet them and get to know them. And they're really coming from, I should say on brand of really developing partnership with the field. And so we were really, as Gregory said, delighted to hear where he comes from, more importantly. And now we're going to have him on our Monday night call so everybody can meet him and learn some of the wonderful things that are going on. So did you want to say
Yeah,
something?
the thing that in the front end of the call, after, we, got to getting to know each other, learning a little bit about his background, he shared some of his philosophy. And I was so delighted that he doesn't come from, quote, call center mentality. Because a call center mentality is how many people can you handle per hour, get them on, get them off, next. And I was with another company that hired a call center manager from AT&T, and it was a disaster for the first year. Okay. And Jeff comes from the place where he says, I'm not getting pressure from corporate to be, and he didn't say these exact words, I'll paraphrase, to be efficient. Our job is to be effective and develop relationships and to make sure even if somebody gets on the phone that's angry, by the end, they're happy. So it's really about connecting.
In the customer experience.
Yeah. And something that I shared with him and he totally agreed with, when I was VP of sales for another network marketing company, we hired an outside consultant to come in and train our customer service reps. And the one thing I remember from him, and I'll give him acknowledgement, it was Don Ginn, and he's a distributor here in Lifeway, in our Lifeway family, a cross-line cousin in Dr. Nicholas's group. Anyway, Don said that there have been studies that prove that a customer or distributor that has a problem that's well solved is more loyal than somebody that doesn't have a problem. So I just want to say they're causing problems on purpose. No, not really. Not really. But Jeff goes, exactly, you know, he really gets it. So we were just came away just totally thrilled. And, you know, one of the best news is on Monday, they have 9 new customer service reps starting.
Oh, wow.
And so they are definitely gearing up with new customer service reps. They also have this very sophisticated global customer service management system that's just recently, within the last couple of weeks, gotten implemented. It's going to make a qualitative change in the results we get. It's called Gladly, and I'm certainly glad they got it.
I did a lot of research on all the different systems out there to find the one that really fit what they wanted to accomplish and the experience they want people to have.
Yeah. So, and so it's going to, you know how on your, he explained, you know how on your text phone, on your phone, you have a text string. So if I'm going back and forth with Tim or Helen or Michelle, you know, when we text each other, all the other texts between us is there. Well, the new customer service system, there's going to be a communication string. Whenever you call into customer service, your communication going to get added to that string, and regardless of who picks up the phone next time, they're going to have 100% access to everything that's gone on before. So you don't have to retell your story. And they do have a completed and pending and other, you know, things down the road. They're going to be adding online chat. So that's within the capacity of the system. But he says, I got to get the staff trained first. But he was 100% for online chat. And I was just very delighted that, you know, they're really staffing up and gearing up with the right technology.
And for those of you that work with me and VIP, Marilla and Camilla are the VIP agents, and they are just fabulous. And Marilla is actually moving from San Diego to Salt Lake, and he was ecstatic about that because her knowledge base is massive. So she'll be there and available training people.
And
And
speak
it's-
about knowledge base, the system also has a knowledge base. So the chance of getting 2 different answers to the same question is kind of going to go away.
I
So
just-
the good news is they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
We're all going to be happy, and they're going to know me really well.
And
You want me to come?
you're going to
No,
get
not
to
yet.
know Jeff really
She
well.
have her
because
baby?
You're going to get to know
Okay,
Jeff really well because he's going to be a guest on our Monday night call.
Right.
That's
Huh?
Who's that?
Getting some crosstalk, but so you'll get to meet Jeff Etherington. Etherington. Monday evening, he agreed to be a special guest on our call to share with you directly some of the improvements and correct, you know, that they're doing to make our customer service experience even, you know, even better.
And he understands that customer service is many times the first touch point that anyone has with the company, and how vitally important that is. And, you know, the challenges we've had of people not getting calls back or emails back, or those things are going to go away, you guys. Yay, I know. So it's good news. You know, we're with a company, you know, I say the good news, bad news is good news, we're with a company that's in hypergrowth. The bad news is there's some growing pains. And now the good news is they're addressing them. So your input is really valuable. So one of the things I'm going to have him answer to us, or, you know, I'm going to ask him on Monday is how can we in the field be most, am I off screen?
No, but
my-
somebody said they're having a hard time hearing you because you're talking to your computer and the microphone's in my computer.
Well, I'm close now. That was
Okay.
earlier. I moved close. So,
Okay.
really, how can we in the field be most supportive to him and his team? And, you know, gathering information, getting specifics, getting feedback. So it's really all of us together that create the experience. So, you know, I take notes when I talk to customer service and when I'm dealing with them. You know, always, they will have recordings of everyone who said what, but really, your experience is really important. So just know that we're all part of the same team here. Well, good morning, Mary Rudy. I see you. You're on mute, but we
Good morning.
there. This is so fun to see
I have a
everybody.
new computer monitor.
We love this.
Hi.
We love when you're
Hi.
on screen because then we can see your faces. And we
Mhm.
really appreciate if you're on mute, if you're not talking. So does anyone have any questions about anything we said about Jeff Etherington? It's Etherington, Etherington. And he has 20 years experience. He was with Young Living. He's been in hypergrowth. He's managed what, up to 1,500 people?
Yeah, he managed 13 for a large international company. He managed 1,300 people. So now he's got like
20.
20. So he's very comfortable.
But he knows where he's going, you know?
Yeah.
He's very excited about the opportunity and embracing the challenges, and he knows them. So we had a directors meeting yesterday. As Gregory said, we put a list together of the things that wanted to be addressed. He said he'd heard some of them before, but not all of them. And he was taking notes. So we're going to be meeting with him on a regular basis. We're going to start out meeting monthly, but stay in touch if we need to between them. So do know that, you know, we've got a great ear, a receptive person that can do something. And we're very, very, very happy about it.
Well, I mean, I would say with someone with that much experience and the fact that there's only 20 people, he really gets to quickly shape this into what he knows it will be. So I would think that it will change at warp speed.
And one of the things he commented about, he was very delighted that the company's decision to move their customer service center to the Salt Lake area, they're in Provo, because there's such a huge resource base of experienced MLM corporate staff there. I mean, that's MLM Mecca in, you know, the whole Utah Salt Lake Valley there. And he said that he screened through 60 resumes and, you know, and interviews. He was trying to hire 10 people and he said only 9 cut the mustard, you know, because he's very particular about hiring, because he wants people that have a joyful attitude, that, you know, that are able to deal with easy and difficult situations. So,
So can I ask a question? You know how when we first started, if you called early in the morning, you ended up getting Ireland, and which you don't any longer because for the most part.
right.
But sometimes when they're busy, it converts to Ireland. So will he be managing all customer service, including the Ireland office and wherever else?
Yeah. See,
And one of the reasons they chose this system is its global capacity.
so it's seamless.
It's seamless all over the world.
Okay, awesome. That's fabulous.
And, you know, and we did, you know, all kinds of things from your feedback of, you know, I was on hold many times yesterday. And if you're on hold with someone on the phone with you, calling customer service and the music is on, you can't talk to that person.
Right.
So, you know, it's like, oh, it's frustrating. So little things like that. I mean, he was just open to everything.
Mhm.
Robin and
couple
Gregory, as far as the joy factor of these new hires, they all should be patching. Then their joy factor won't be an issue.
That's exactly right.
Is there a joy?
Yeah.
Joy patch. Well,
I-
that would be the X39.
Oh my
I,
gosh.
I,
did you
I have a
just
couple,
hear-
I have a couple questions. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't tell. I've got a new monitor system here. I wanted to know if orders going to Canada are traditionally take a really long time, because my brother up there, he had to wait so long for an order. What was great is when I finally called customer service to track the order, they said, we don't even know where it went. It went up there, but we're just going to ship him another one and he can keep it for free if the other one shows up. So they were wonderful. But I was just wondering about that. And the second thing I was wondering about, it seems like all of the customers I've signed up recently, you know, when I go back and check, 75% of them have not been getting their loyalty points. And so then I point it out, and then the company says, oh, we're sorry. And they got back to me yesterday on the email right away. Yes, we'll make sure that that person next month gets this month's loyalty points and the next month's loyalty points. But for the customer, the new customer, it can seem like, whoa, Mary didn't tell me the truth. She said I was going to be getting, this discount applied, and now it's costing this much. And then they say to me, I think it's more expensive than I thought. And I'm like, what? So anyway, I figured out how to do that, but I was just wondering if that's going to be the top priority to make sure that people get their loyalty points. And I just wanted to know about Canada, if other people have that
Yeah, let me
experience.
address one at a time. And Canada normally doesn't take that long. I don't know if there's any other Canadians on the phone, but they're shipped from Toronto. They're not shipped from. So, it's normal shipping. Canada shipping is slower than US shipping for some reason. I don't know why.
I know.
But it should be there within 5 to 7 days as opposed to 2 to 5 days here.
I think they don't, the mail doesn't travel in Canada on Saturdays.
Maybe
From before, that's what I remember when I lived there. They didn't have service on Saturdays traveling. So that might be that's just one more day.
Yeah. So let me address the loyalty points. We've had a lot of discussions on our director's call and with corporate about it. It's the most confusing and difficult part to manage in the preferred customer program. And I just want to brace everybody. There's a possibility it might go away. And the general consensus from our director's call is no new customers would miss it. The existing customers would have to grandfather in, okay, or give them some consolation prize. But I think we all agreed that when you tell somebody, hey, look, you can become a preferred customer, you're going to get free product every month, you're going to get a gift on your birthday,
Samples
you're
for
going to
6
get
months.
on your 6th month, you're going to get a whole free sleeve, and it's only $19.95, and and everybody goes, great. I don't think I think it was overkill from my personal and professional opinion. It was overkill to give the loyalty points, and it's been very difficult for the company to manage. So I apologize, Mary, and it's probably wise to check with your customers and let them know this was a brand new program that was being beta tested here in the US and Canada before rolling out nationally. And chances are, and I'll be honest, if the directors have their wish, directors and above, it's going to go away before they roll it out internationally because it's a nightmare.
Why do you say that, Gregory? Because it is a big incentive for people when they
It's a
go,
huge
I can't
incentive.
afford $99.95, but I can afford 79 or 84. Like people on limited budget, especially on Social Security. I have some older friends who are like really happy about the price now. They were going to cancel, but now they're staying on it because
Okay.
the price went down for them.
Everything is relative. Personally, I think it's a mistake for a customer to get a lower price than you, because if you have a customer that wants to upgrade distributor and say, oh, by the way, you get a price increase. Your reward for becoming a
Yeah.
distributor is you get to pay more.
And something that I do right now when I'm presenting the customer program, I tell them about, for the one-time membership fee, $19.95, you have the privilege of getting the products at wholesale price. And for your first 6 months, you want to handle that noise, honey? For the
Yes,
first
thank you.
month, you'll be getting some extra samples as a gift. And so I don't even get into the loyalty bonus. I think the company may want to figure out a different way to reward loyalty. I said, the only requirement is that you're on a monthly subscription that gives you the privilege of wholesale prices. I don't even mention it.
Michelle, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yes, I was just going to say, Robin, you took the words out of my mouth. When I introduce a new customer, I don't say anything about loyalty. I just say, you are paying $95, you're going to get over $300 in free product. If you enroll 3 customers, you get a free sleeve of X39. And I just talk that up big time. I don't even mention the loyalty points. People are thrilled. $300 in free product. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't even mention it.
Yeah, I think it's, I think maybe they can come up. And if you guys have ideas on other ways to reward loyalty, some companies do free shipping after a period of time, other ways other than creating something confusing, because we know simplicity and duplication equals success. And people get confused, and look at all the time many of you are spending, like Mary just mentioned, tracking what they're getting, what they're not getting. So they're constantly making improvements, and that's something that we so value and appreciate about this company is they listen.
But to
Hey,
go
Rob,
back,
I have a suggestion.
go ahead, John.
What if we gave them through their 6 months, they got the In Touch app so they could really share their 3 for free? Because literally the company's paying for it. And plus they would then look at the videos themselves.
That's a very cool idea.
That's definitely a possibility.
We're-
So
we're- yeah,
let's,
we'll
let's chat
present-
about that on our director's call next week.
Okay,
Great.
and just on a positive note, I had my gal in the Philippines place an order for her sister-in-law in London. She received it in 2 days.
Love it.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and they have, COVID issues, but it was a remarkable turnaround. So even though there are areas that struggle, there are just as many areas where it's just like this.
That's really true. We hear the problems, but when you think about 75 countries all over the world, seamless
Mm.
operation, there's a lot that's going right,
Mm.
like a tremendous amount. Yeah.
I'm in agreement with,
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it is that's talked about the pricing. I have found that for my new customers, knowing that after their first month, being able to get the product for with tax and handling, under $100 makes a big difference than it being more than $100. So I'm disappointed that that's going to be going away personally.
And let me,
I think-
Teresa, let me say,
We don't know
it may
that.
not be going away.
Right,
It was
okay.
just- We had a deep discussion about this 2 weeks ago with or a week ago, Wednesday, with our Wednesday directors. And it was unanimous that it was causing more problems than benefit, confusion, just like Mary's had.
Gregory, I think the reason it's causing problems is because you say they're going to get this, and then when you look and see that they were charged $99.99 plus tax and shipping, and they didn't get their points, that's the confusion. They're delighted to get it. I mean, my brother, all the people I signed up, I got some people who had originally signed up as distributors and then it dropped out because they're on Social Security, they can't afford it. I said, well, with the customer program, it's going to be less, plus you get samples. So I had several friends re-enroll as customers and they're delighted with the price. It's only when you get a brand new person all excited and you sign them up and then they 2 months in a row, they get charged regular. So if it was working properly, it's rapid expansion for the customer program. When I say to them is, do you realize you get it cheaper than I do? They go, oh, wow, I like this. They're happy.
They may choose to fix the program. We just gave them a suggestion. They may get the kinks, and get it working right, or they may just choose to, they told us this was a beta test of the preferred customer program when they rolled it out a few months ago. So,
Well, and the other thing too is I found out people who I thought weren't getting the discount because of, thanks to Helen, that you have to literally hit on their order number, then you have to click download and you truly see what they're being charged. And
Yeah.
now I've had a couple issues where they weren't being charged correctly, but the majority of them, when you look at the invoice that you see, is for full wholesale price. But when you click on the download, they're getting the discount. So
And thank you for that, John, because I got that clarification also. In the email that they get, the points are applied, but if you look online, you don't see it. And so it is, another area of confusion that we're working on all. So your feedback is really, really valuable. And I'm looking at the time and I see we have a birthday to celebrate today. Are we ready to sing to Zena? Are you here?
and this is
I am here. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, ready, everybody?
Yes.
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy birthday
To
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to
you.
And many
Oh,
more.
thank you. I love the whole spontaneous combustion of a Zoom song.
Yeah.
I
And
much appreciate it.
Before we leave, I just wanted to share that my first success at network marketing came when I realized that the people who I had started with other companies didn't know what they were doing. And then one day I figured out that I better go find out from somebody who does know what they're doing. And I went to a conference and I met all the people who knew what they were doing, got my training. And then from that day forward, any conference that came up, I always made sure that I had as many people on my team going to that because it was such a big difference in my life. So I'm here to remind everybody to get everybody you can at our Nova conference on February 6th.
well, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yay.
It's
Can I
a
make a comment before we leave?
week from Saturday
Uh-huh.
is the Nova.
On Monday, one of the members here talked about putting Eon on both cheeks to keep from having pain after tooth surgery.
Yes.
On Tuesday, I had 6.
We're having a hard time
Yeah,
hearing you,
Mike,
Mike.
on Tuesday you had 6 teeth pulled, I think.
You froze up, Mike.
You
We want
froze.
to hear you.
Darn.
Teeth pulled on the front.
Yeah.
When I got home, I put the 2 Eon. Yeah. Huh? Nice smile. It's a teeth. Teeth here and tooth here and 6 up. Anyway, so but I put the Eon on and no pain at all.
Oh my,
Yay.
oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Mike.
I have a story about Eon too, real quick, if we have time for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I have a young guy who was recovering from a respiratory problem that he'd had for about a month, and he was still getting shortness of breath, pain in his chest when he tried to work out or walk fast. And I just said, meet me, I'm going to give you something. I gave him Eon glutathione and X39 for 3 days. And he ended up sleeping at night because he started coughing all the time. Anyway, one Eon, he called me next day and said, Eon's amazing. I slept through the night. I don't cough. X39's amazing. I feel amazing in 24 hours. And he went and signed up to be a distributor without even talking to me about customer or distributor. He just signed up and ordered a whole bunch. And he's now feeling great. Like he's finally over that, you know, what's been hanging over him for the past month in his lungs.
Beautiful.
That-
Well,
that's
Eon's amazing.
going around.
thank you, Mary. And before we end,
say
Stacy, you've been
something,
so
too.
patient. You've had your hand up. Go ahead.
I just want to let y'all know that customer service is just, they're spot on. I went back on Monday because I had to call customer service, but I went through all of my preferred customers and I had 3 that did not receive their free 10 samples this month with their order. So I did an email and the next day I heard back from customer service and they did their order. So they've already been shipped out. So I really do appreciate customer service and their fast replies and stuff.
That's
And,
great.
and thank you. For
But I did have to check, and sometimes that happens. I don't know what happened. Apparently there was a glitch, but they're getting them. So
Well, thank you for that. And if you ever want to send a thank you note to Utah, I'll post the address in our Facebook group. So everybody, if you want to do that, it's really appreciated. And I want to finish up with thanking Helen for posting David's product talk yesterday on our Facebook group in Facebook Live, because it was amazing call. And if you haven't heard it, I don't know if it's still available in our Facebook Live or the corporate Facebook page live, but we'll have a YouTube soon. I just have a lot of people I want to share that call with. It was on sleep, and he gave an amazing education, not just on products, but on how to create the environment, the importance of sleep, anabolic, catabolic, what's going on in our bodies. He always backs it up with research. So thank you, Helen, for posting that, because I got to see it at an off time because of that. And I encourage everyone to watch it.
It was so good. I'm going to watch it again. And it was so good. I fell asleep during part
watched
of
it
it.
twice.
Sleep talk, you fell asleep.
That's right.
Now,
One more
Gregory-
announcement. One more announcement. And this is a big one. We are starting one more call. I know we don't have enough, but we're going to have a Saturday morning skills-based training call. Absolutely optional, but we're just going to, the last couple of weeks, I've done a training call for our Canadian team, and we bounced it off the director's mastermind, and everybody agreed that would probably be good to have a Saturday training, because a lot of people are full-time, with JOBs, they're not attending our weekly calls so much, and to have a Saturday skills-based call featuring different leaders, different trainers, a short 30-minute call, optional, but so it won't be a getting started training. It'll be ongoing, training. So that's going to start at this same time on Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain. So it'll be 11 o'clock Pacific. So 8 a.m. 11
8
o'clock
a.m.
Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. So I'll just let you know, and there will be a message going out. We're going to send out an email tomorrow about it, announcing it. And then we'll also send out a text message in the morning reminding people.
Remind people to sign up for text.
And the text messaging system is alive and well. If you haven't had a chance to sign up, you can just send to 96,000. That's 96330, 96000, and just type live younger. And we did have some problems with people putting a space in between live and younger. So we adjusted the system to recognize that. So if somebody puts live younger with or without a space, they'll get registered for our text messaging system. Yeah. So we're juicy call. This is probably the longest Thursday call we've ever had. We'd always try and keep them around 20, 25 minutes. We're 34 minutes. So I think time to bring it in for a landing here. Thank you, everyone.
So wonderful to see you. I can't wait to see you in person someday.
Yeah.
And hug
Yay.
you
I
all.
agree.
Yes.
Thanks,
Have a beautiful
everyone.
day. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody.
Thank you. Goodbye.